Hi everyone, and welcome to another Sims 2 speed build. This lot is a Tudor style witch's home, which is a 3x2 lot and costs 92,493 simoleons. As you can see, I've put a little pond in there with a river. Now, the idea is that the river goes off the lot and under the road across to the other side of the road. And I do cover up that end with some plants that I got from Mod the Sims. And yes, I did do another CC shopping haul. As you can see, I've put in a swimming pool square on the bottom there. That's because I use a mod for the water to make it look more sparkly. But if you don't use a swimming pool tile, the water looks black, as you'll see from the beginning of the video. I do cover that swimming pool tile over with a tree and some plants, as you'll see towards the end of the video. So obviously, if you have the same mod as I do for your game that makes the water sparkly, then it should still show up as being sparkly and not black. Now, I didn't put a driveway on this slot, but of course you can fit one in if you take the river bit away. You can leave the lakey bit in the back of the house, but you can just sort of get rid of the river and you can put in a driveway if you want to. If you're using this house as for a normal ordinary family as opposed to a witch, obviously if you're going to use it as a witch's house, then the witch will use her broomstick. She won't need a car to get to places. As this video goes on, you'll see that I made quite a few changes. I originally put in a bathroom upstairs and one bedroom, and then I thought, oh no, I need a witch's room, so I did change it upstairs to fit another room, which again, if you're not using it as a witch's house, then you can change that room into another bedroom. Again, I've used custom content in this build and some recolorable items from the game from Mod the Sims, and also Adele's Goth Victorian furniture as I used in my last build. Now, these recolors of the windows which are in game and the doors as well, and also the medieval wall covering, that's all from Mod the Sims as well. I had to take that tiling in one square because you can't put a wall up on the edge there like you can do with fences. But again, I changed all this. Here's where I put in another bedroom. But I do extend that because of the roofing didn't look right at the front. And even though I changed that flooring there, I changed it again to put in that old sort of wooden look flooring. There we go. I also used some Sims 4:2 conversions of a couple of paintings which I think came from the paranormal stuff pack. It wasn't the Gidry ones, it was Ancestors Pictures, I think it was called. And here is where I had trouble with the roof, and I thought, well, that room really could be brought out a little bit to make it a little bit bigger, and then I made that into the bedroom, whereas the back room became the witch's room. So all this comes out again in a minute and I extend this bedroom here, and I also move the fireplace along a couple of squares as well, and for downstairs, just to make the living room a little bit smaller, so we had a bit of a larger kitchen. I was looking on Mod the Sims for some more roofing, but I couldn't find anything that would go with this, so I think that dark one, it could be CC. If it is, it's from Mod the Sims. If not, then it is in game. I also decided to bring that room out one square as well, because I've noticed in sort of medieval houses they seem to have like a small base, and then the top is sort of one square out, if you like. or sticks out a little bit. So that's what I've done with this. Recoloured all these, and then realised that that top one was a bit darker, so I had to do it all again. I didn't put railings on those steps because it didn't go with the railings that I had on the porches. And these are sort of Victorian style wallpaper that I got from somewhere, probably again Mod The Sims. Which I was going to put in that bathroom but decided against it and put tiling in instead. But I kept the floors as the old sort of wooden floors. I was going to put in black doors, but I decided to put in a sort of lighter brown so that everything wasn't too dark. I think, yeah, this is where I move the fireplace over again, just to give the living room, so the living room's a little bit smaller, and to move that over for the bedroom upstairs as well to house the bed. I actually really enjoyed building this one. I like building smaller lots rather than larger ones. I was going to use that sofa, and then I thought no, we'll go with Adele's sofas again, because they're more sort of like goth, like Victorian, even though it's a medieval style home, just to keep in with the Halloween theme for this month. And I put in an old TV as well, because you still need mod cons. One thing I didn't do was put in a computer and desk, but of course if you want that, then your sim will get a new computer anyway from Mr. Humble when they move in, so it's just a case of buying a desk and putting somewhere if you wanted a desk and computer for your sim to use if they're a witch. And yes, I took that other sofa out again because I didn't think that Sims would be able to get in there. There wasn't a space for them to get in there and sit down. And I had trouble with those rugs as well, because I was hoping to put the darker one on top. So I had this brilliant idea of changing it once it had been placed with the design tool. And so I've done that, and it still ended up with the brown one being underneath. On here is where I had the bright idea of trying to make it into 2 rooms, but that didn't sort of work out. I think it looked better as an open plan room anyway, so left it at that. I do put extra cabinets in here towards the end there and move the door over a little bit. There we go. I was also thinking of putting curtains up, but then decided against it, as I think it looked fine without curtains. You got those sort of like zigzag or diamond glass in the windows anyway, which stops people from looking in and spying. Oh, this is the kitchen clutter kit that was converted from Sims 4 to Sims 2. And I put in that juice thing, and then I did forget to put in trees. I was going to put in some trees so that you can have, or your sim can have juices. But of course I can always juice up a boot or something. I did put in, that was when I was trying out the curtains. I did put in the audio, which is from the Casanova Cave, I believe, kit that was converted, so at least they've got some music. And again using Adele, so I did take these out and put in that one in black, which is a goth table. I think that was a conversion from probably the vampire pack of Sims 4, but there's 6 spaces on here on this table, but of course it automatically goes to the space that it wants to go. I think it goes from the back, from the left to right, and again then to the front, to the left to right. So I spaced it out so that the telephone's in the middle. And of course we have to have a grandfather clock and plants and things on top of the fireplace. Of course we need lots of plants. Oh, here's where I put up the pictures from the conversion of the paranormal stuff pack. I think it, even though they're Sims 4 Sims, I still think it looks really nice in that home. And again, my bathroom set that I like. This is also from Mod the Sims. And I've done both bathrooms the same with that rug. I thought that rug looked really nice and went well with the theme of this. And the little square one that I put downstairs as well, that I also put up on the landing. I think that's a paranormal stuff pack conversion as well. Again, I put quite a few things on this table, including a telephone, of course. Not sure if I put too many rugs in, but the ones I used, I think, as I said, look, they go well with the theme. And I used purple bedding on this because purple goes well with witchy stuff. Purple, black, orange. I had a bit of a problem putting that cabinet in. I had to use move objects on, but it's only because of the roofing outside over the front porch. Again, more plants on the fireplace and a seating area. I love the sofa. While looking over on Mod the Sims, I came across these pictures, raven pictures with pumpkins, and I thought, yes, I already have those. So I was able to find those and put them in this build as well. Now this witch's room, I kept it really sparse because obviously if you're going to have a witch, there's my raven and pumpkin pictures. There's 4 of them. So yes, if you do have a witch in this build, then you'll need space there for a cauldron and spell book. So I left that sort of quite sparse. Obviously if you're going to use it as an ordinary, normal home, then you'll need to take those things out to make it into another bedroom. I was having a problem with the roofing, but that worked out well in the end. I thought I'll keep the tall roofs to make it look the part. And I wanted to make this path look like it was broken with weeds and plants growing in it, but then I changed it all and I took the path out completely in the end and just put ground covering in, as you'll see as we go along. Now, of course, if you want this build in your game, you can download it from the link that I'll put in the description below. It's from Mediafire, and all instructions for installing it is in the readme file in the download zip. And yes, that ground covering there, that's more recent that I got from Mod the Sims, and I thought if I cover that end bit of the river over, it looks like it's going underground and under the road to the other side of the road. So as we're coming to the end of the video, I will do my member shout outs. Yes, I have memberships enabled on the channel if you're interested. I've priced it at the lowest cost that I can do. As a member, you get a little plum bob by your name, some custom emojis to use, and a shout out in my videos, of course. So a big shout out to my members, who are Eero Sims, Nikki McKay, Paula Alfaro, Diane Rowe and Alice Jones. Thank you so much. As you'll see at the end of the video, I do a little picture medley so you can see what the rooms look like. Oh, and yes, I do put some gardening plots in, and I wanted them to be sort of in with the actual plants. I know in the Victorian days they used to plant vegetables in with the flowers, so that was the idea I was trying to get with the plants, or the gardening plots, as you'll see in a minute. And here's me covering up that swimming pool thing and dirtying up the ground a little bit with leaves and bits and pieces. I like to put the mowed lawn down in the beginning because I think it looks really nice, but then I sort of mess about with it with builds like this just to make it look a little bit more unkempt. Now, most of the plants that I've put in are CC, so they don't need to be trimmed or anything, but I have put in some plants from the game as well. Oh yes, and I found a really nice wishing well that I put at the front of the property. I did change it because I found a better one. Here we are. I change it because I find a better one with a roof on it. The ladybird, there we are, roof on it. And I believe that can actually be used to get water, and your sim will have a water canister in their inventory. That tree was a little bit too close, so I moved it all out a little bit. Oh yes, and I also grabbed some sort of weeding or weeds from Mod the Sims as well, which was part of my CC haul, which you'll see that I put all the way around the wishing well. I think they look really nice. And here is where I change the pathway. So thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Don't forget to comment in the section below and let me know what you think. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you get notification of my next video. Subscribing is absolutely free and is very much appreciated. So I'll leave you to watch the rest of the video, and I'll see you again next time. Dag dag.